Welcome to this week's weekly weight loss vlog. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. I won't do that anymore. I'm recording this after going to the pub last night to watch England's unbelievable scintillating, is that even a word? Scintillating, is it? Victory against Serbia. As always, when watching England, it was pretty boring, but it was a win. 1-0 England. Come on. PMA, lots of positivity going on. We're going to win the Euros. Are we? I don't know. But anyway, I'm taking it. We'll take the 1-0 win. To celebrate being in the Euros, before I go into the old weekly weight loss vlog, I am doing a deal. While England are still in the Euros, this could run until the 14th of July. But anyway, it's certainly going to run for the next couple of weeks. While England are in the Euros, I've made sign up to my one-to-one plan, half price, using the code It's Coming Home. Again, all the details, as always, will be in the description. But you've been umming and ahhing. Should I go on to Neil's one-to-one plan? Should I have him as my one-to-one weight loss coach? Well, you can come on board now for half price. And your first subscription will be in July, 1st of July. So you pay 25 quid today. Get you signed up. I'll start you on Monday. I can start you on, what's the date today? It's the 17th, so I will start you on the 24th of June as long as you sign up before Wednesday. We'll start you on the 24th of June, so a week today, and you'll pay your first monthly subscription of $29.99 on the 1st of July. So you pay that 1st of July, 1st of August, 1st of September. You'll be covered for one-to-one weight loss coaching until the end of September. Half price sign-ups, just 25 quid to come on board. Using code It's Coming Home. Right, let's get into the weekly weight loss vlog. What's going on? I went to the pub last night. I had 5 pints and I went over my calories because of it. It is what it is. I kind of knew. I had bank calories for the week, but I kind of knew it was going to happen. But other than that, it was a really good week. No check-in this week. There's no check-in. My check-in is on Friday. So we'll see where we're at on Friday. I've not gone near the scales. To be honest with you, I don't feel... I had an alright week because I've tracked my calories. I know where I'm at. I just don't feel like... Last check-in, I knew I'd nailed it. Even though I'd had some bits on in between. I feel like I'd nailed it. But anyway, obviously last weekend... we're at our friend's all-day wedding, so got rather drunk at that. So definitely did a lot of calories. Well, you know I did. I talked about it last week. Calories in that, and then had a big hangover day. So I've obviously had that since last check-in. And then this weekend's been, it's like I say, calories are good. Maybe a little bit. I always say this. I struggle sometimes with my relationship with food, and just because it's not been, the healthiest of weekends or weeks doesn't mean you've not lost body fat. But I just feel a bit bloated. So my mission this week is I'm going away on Saturday, off to Benidorm to watch match day 3 of the Euros. So match day 1 will end, I think, tomorrow. And then I think match day 2 is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, and then match day 3 starts on Sunday. So I'm going on Saturday, and we're going to watch all the match day 3 games out in the dorm, out in Benidorm. So shorter week for me this week. Still tracking calories all the way up to Friday. So, but I will stop tracking calories when I have my first pint of San Miguel in Manchester Airport next on Saturday morning. Anyway, this is this week's weekly weight loss vlog. I thought I'd talk about it next week. There'll be no weekly weight loss vlog next Monday. There won't. I'll do a 2-for-1 as I've done twice already this year. A week on Monday. 2 weeks today. I'll do a 2-for-1. So I'll talk about Benidorm, my week in Benidorm, and how this week has gone going up to Benidorm. Anyway, this week is last week. So it's the 17th today. So we are on 10 to the 16th. I think 10th to the 16th of June. That is what we are going to talk about. So yeah, I don't know why last week. I just feel like in terms of what, do you know what? I'm saying this, like I say, I think it's just because I went out last night and had a few beers. It was nothing major. I had planned to go to the pub to watch the football last night, but my plan was to go at like 5 to 8, come home at 10 o'clock, and just go to my local pub. Anyway, I didn't. I went to the pub actually at the gym I go to, if anyone knows Ruby Hall Village. There's a bar just basically at the entrance to the gym, because it's a holiday park in Istanbul. So one of the bars there is Harrison's Bar, which is in the health club. So I went there to watch the football last night, and we ended up going at about 6 o'clock. I went with my mates that I'm going to Benidorm with on Saturday, so we were sort of talking about the holiday. And we went for the second half of the Denmark-Slovenia game. So I had planned on having 3 pints. Ended up having 5, which is all right. But also at Ruby Hall, there's a Papa John's there. And we ended up getting a pizza and a few starters to sort of share between the table. So I had 1 slice of pizza and I had a few chicken poppers and some tots and a few other bits and pieces. So I did go over my calories because of that this week. But do you know what? Nothing major. But yeah, other than that, it was a good week. It was a very steady week, a chilled week. Obviously, nothing major on, no weddings or breaks or anything like that. It has been, and this is it now. This little trip to Benidorm is it for a few months. It's everything is really going to settle down, because I've sort of gone through this on the weekly Motorless vlog, and my mission is, so I'm checking in on Friday. 2 weeks on Friday is the check-in I've got, where I want it to be the same weight 2 weeks on Friday, so in 3 weeks' time, as I was when this madness started at the beginning of April. Last check-in I did, which I talked about last week, I think, was I £3 up or £2 up? 2 or 3 pounds up from that weight. 3, I think it was. So I was kind of hoping this week, and I'm just not I don't know why. Maybe I'm just having a bit of a downer day, and I never really have downer days. So my check-in this week, if I'm honest with you, if I'm the same weight this week as I was, although, you know, I went over my maintenance calories the previous week, but last week's pretty good, and I'm going to be on it this week up to Friday. If I'm the same weight as I was last Friday, I'm all right with that. I'll be all right with that as my last check-in. And then, obviously, going to Benidorm, it's going to be a bit calorific. I'm not tracking calories. I never do when I'm on holiday. So it's going to be a bit calorific. I will weigh, actually. So I go for 5 nights. I come home a week. I'm talking about this now because I'm not doing a weekly Wales vlog next week. I come home a week on Friday, which is on the 27th, which is Thursday. I'm going to weigh on the Friday morning. So I'm going to weigh this Friday. I'm going to weigh that Friday and log it as a post-holiday weight. And then I'll weigh the week after, which will be the 5th of July. And that's kind of when I'm meant to be, where I'm meant to be, basically. Anyway, right, let's get my food diary up. I've waffled on enough. Sorry, I'm just looking at my watch so I can get my camera up on my watch so I can see where we're at time wise. We're at about 8 minutes for getting the old food diary up. So let's pin that on. So yes, you can see there. I can't see until I get the diary up. Where am I at? Right, here we go. Right, yes, lovely. Right, you can see there. So 397 calories over my ideal deficit for the week, which I'm not unhappy with. I put myself in a 4,000 calorie deficit a week. So I'm still in a 3,600 calorie deficit. I just feel like, I don't know. For me, because I'm going away next week, I always like to be on it. But it was just that England game and going out last night and having a couple of beers. And it was only a couple of beers. I'm not hungover today. I don't feel like I've had a beer, really. Or am I just trying to convince myself of that? I have no idea. Anyway, there we go. It's a 397 over in total. And as you see that, I only banked calories last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because in my head, I'm like, I've got a dead chill weekend. Ended up having a chippy tea on Friday, which I'll talk about shortly. And then use my bank calories. But yeah, I've gone a little bit over, but nothing major. Just didn't bank any calories. And to be honest with you, if you look there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I banked over 400 calories each day. If I'd done that on Friday like I normally do, I would have been under my ideal deficit. But anyway, there we go. Right, so we go through some daily eating. Let's go through some daily eating as always. Right, so Monday the 10th of June. Still a little bit hungover, if I'm being honest with you, on this Monday from from the weekend. By the way, as always, as I go through this, if I've took a picture, I'll post it, right, of like the main meals, as it were. Anyway, in the morning, my new little fruit addiction is golden kiwis. I assume they're new. I don't know. We went to I've talked about these before. Went to Costco a few weeks ago, got golden kiwis, and then I put on my Instagram stories. I've run out of my Costco golden kiwis. Where else sells them? And anyway, just so happened that everywhere bloody sells them. Apart from I think the one. I think I went to M&S and they didn't have them in M&S. I thought M&S got to have them if they're a bit of a special thing. Anyway, I asked on my Instagram stories, and everyone was like, pretty much every supermarket has them. Anyway, I got some from Morrison's, and they are classed as Morrison's the best, like speciality sort of kiwis, as it were. So anyway, I'm just gibbering on now. I had one of them for my breakfast last Monday. That was it. I don't normally eat breakfast on a Monday, so I had one of those for breakfast on Monday. That actually was my last one of my Costco golden kiwis. I bought the Morrison's ones during the week last week. Anyway, for lunch last week, I thought I took a picture of it. I've been through my camera roll. I can't flip and find it. I'm positive I took a picture of it. Maybe I've deleted it. I'll have to have a look. But I had leftover Chinese, so I had Chinese last Sunday night. First time of 2024. First Chinese of the year. And you know what? I had the leftovers on Monday. My worst thing about drinking alcohol, like getting drunk, right? There's a difference. Last night, 5 pints, wasn't drunk, come home, sorted, full control. Today, fine, won't need, we'll control my calories fine today. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. But like, obviously, at that all-day wedding, I didn't get rather drunk. And it can knock me for 6 in terms of self-control for a few days. So I was kind of like expecting that to happen. Anyway, we had this Chinese left over, which all we had left over was curry sauce, egg fried rice, and noodles. So I had that, and then and they give us a free portion of salt and pepper chicken wings. And there were just 4 wings, like 2 chicken wings basically cut in half, 4 wings and salt and pepper veggies and stuff like that. How did I track them? Because they're not in NutriCheck. Obviously, NutriCheck has an eating out section. So I used for the chow mein, for the egg fried rice and the curry sauce, I just used the eating out Chinese section in NutriCheck, which is very, very handy. And I just tracked it as 4 hot wings from KFC, because that's kind of roughly what they were, battered mini wings kind of thing. Anyway, that was 916 calories. Tea, I have got a picture of this, because I've just gone through and sorted my pictures out. I had pasta bake, which is because we're having it again tonight. It's kind of become, I don't know why, but sometimes we set eating through like moods of the day. So like we have certain, like if we have a Friday night tea, it needs to be a Friday night tea. Like even though it might be calorie controlled, healthy or whatever, it needs to feel like a Friday night tea. Like you finish for the week, a bit more of a treat as it were. And that's kind of the same on the Monday, because it's a Monday. And don't worry, I love my job. I absolutely love my job. I love doing what I do. I love doing the coaching. I love recording these vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, just Monday, you get into that habit, oh yeah, it's Monday, the weekend's gone. So we have a Monday night tea. And a Monday night tea always needs to be a comfort tea, like to comfort you into the week. Does anyone else have random, like it has to, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're just on it, but yeah, Monday night tea and Friday night tea is like Friday night tea celebration. Here's the weekend. Monday night tea is a bit of a comforter because everyone's a bit like, oh, it's Monday. I think we've done that from like when we both worked, kind of employed as it were, and you've got that 9 to 5 routine working for someone. Anyway, so pasta bake for tea tonight, and what you see in this picture is exactly what I'm going to have for tea tonight, which is home pride pasta bake. Which and I literally eat half of it. So it's 700 and about 760 calories for half. So it's 100 to make the pasta bake. It's a jar of sauce. It's 200 grams of pasta, a jar of sauce, and then like 100 odd grams of cheese on top. And I have half of it. It's meant to serve 4. Does it serve 4? It's like anything in it. It serves 1. Well, it doesn't. It serves 2. So I'll have half. Rachel will probably have 2/3 of a half. and then there'll be a little smidge left over that I'll probably demolish at some point during the week. Anyway, so I'll have half of that, and then we get there. We actually had M&S, but I'm going to get from Aldi today, specialty chicken tenders with it. So yeah, basically chicken tenders and pasta bake, and it's 1,080 calories. I might get some. I'm going to get some tender stem broccoli to have with it, just to add a bit of nutrition for all you like going, where's the veggies new? Yes, to add some nutrition to it. So I'll probably get some tender stem broccoli to have that with it as well. But that was just a bowl of beige pasta and chicken tender, and it was bloody gorgeous. Really, really nice. But 1,089 calories. But I didn't have a mid-afternoon. I literally had a golden kiwi for breakfast, that Chinese lunch, didn't have a mid-afternoon snack. Had that for tea, and then had an Oreo bar in bed after I did my TikTok live last week. So I only had 2,280 calories last week. But anyway, yeah, that there is 1,080 calories. Anyway, Tuesday, into the old protein pancakes for breakfast on Tuesday. This one was 436 calories. My protein pancakes do vary a little bit depending on what I whack on them. So this one was just yogurt, standard yogurt protein powder, fruit, honey, and some banana chips on top. 436 calories for that portion. Lunch was a bit random. We went to M&S on Monday, and Rachel bought this sandwich because I was having me leftover Chinese, and she was like, well, I'm going to get this chicken katsu sandwich. She had 2 bites of it and was like, it's not for me, right? So I said, right, stick it in the fridge. I'll have it tomorrow for me. I hate wasting food. I'm like, it's one of my biggest bugbears is wasting food. Likewise, yeah, A, because of money, and B, I think just because I'm still a rather overweight fat person inside, and I just can't stand chucking food away. And it is hard to control calories when you're like that, because I'm always like, we get like Papa John's on a Sunday night sometimes. I like that Chinese. I can't bin it. I've paid for it. I can't bin it. I'm going to eat it the next day. But you just have to build it into your calories. Anyway, the sandwich, I loved it. Katsu Sando sandwich on brioche bread from M&S. I highly recommend it. Now, I tracked it as 4/5 because Rachel had 2 bites out of it. But I think the whole sandwich is 500 calories normally. Anyway, I ended up having that with a bag of Cheetos for 69 calories. You've got to have some sort of crisp with the sandwich. And then, guess what? A golden kiwi afterwards. Again, Tuesday, didn't have an afternoon snack. So my lunch was 582. If I'd eaten the whole sandwich, it'd have been about 650. But yeah, like I say, Rachel had 2 bites out of it. And I want to be fairly accurate, you know. Anyway, tea, more chicken tenders. I absolutely, I'd live off them. I'd absolutely live off them. Right, Aldi's are really good. But we did the M&S chicken tenders. Which, and you'll see them again in this video. So I had M&S chicken tenders Monday night, M&S chicken tenders Tuesday night, and I did them in a wrap. I kind of did like a KFC twister sort of dupe with my paprika. I did a video on how to make these the chicken seasoning from Aldi, flavoured air fried chips. Absolutely banging. So that plate's 865 calories. By the way, guys, if you're watching this, and like I'm not saying if you eat what I eat, you're going to lose body fat. Body fat loss is just down to calories in, calories out. You might be sat there going, oh, then protein bank's 436 calories. I haven't got those calories. That sandwich is this. You know, your tea's 865. My tea yesterday, it's all down to portion control. You can eat exactly what I'm saying. So, like, for example, I've used M&S chicken tenders, half a pack, a high-protein tortilla from Aldi. I used a low-fat cheese slice, and I used bacon mayonnaise. Now, that bacon mayonnaise, which I got from Aldi, was 104 calories for the amount I put on. I could have just used a bit of lighter than light mayonnaise and a bit of tomato sauce, and it would have been 40 calories. So you could save yourself 60 calories there, so then you're at 800. I had half a pack of the chicken tenders, so I had like 2, I think there's 5 in a pack. So I had 2 in the wrap, and then I didn't need to. I could have literally had 1.5 in the wrap. Yes, that's obviously going to reduce the protein a little bit. And I had 300 grams of chips. You could have just had 200. So if you had 200 grams of potatoes instead of 300 like I've had, if you had maybe a third pack of the chicken tenders and you didn't use like the full fat mayonnaise that I did, your portion's going to be down at around 600 calories, which anyone should be able to build into their calorie allowance if you're losing weight correctly. Anyway, in bed at night time, had a protein bar. I always track it as a Grenade Oreo bar, 233 calories. I think it was a PhD one, but I just keep it simple because we have that every night. Wednesday, Surreal cereal, my little addiction alongside Golden Kiwis at the moment, this high protein cereal. I've been promoting it on TikTok Shop a bit. It's really good. I love cereal, and you'll see that again going forward. And yeah, this, to get a cereal that's high in protein, high in fibre, and zero sugar, that tastes bloody decent. Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, that bowl there I had a mix of the peanut butter flavour and the cinnamon flavour. 50 grams of cinnamon, 40 grams of peanut butter, so 90 grams of cereal in total. 150 mils of semi-skim milk. I don't do skim milk. It's absolutely vile. Semi-skim milk. 419 calories. For lunch, I was back on my my deconstructed Chinese chicken curry thing on Wednesday. And I added some prawns. I wanted to up the protein. And make it a bit different. I eat things all the time. I can be a very repetitive eater, which I don't mind. But sometimes you've got to zhuzh it up. You've got to mix it up a little bit. So I was just in Aldi, and what was I looking for? Can't remember. I was in the freezer section. Anyway, the frozen raw prawns, king prawns. I was like, do you know what? Chicken and prawn curry, lovely. So I added some prawns, 7 king prawns for 42 calories for 7 king prawns for 10 grams of protein. The protein to calorie ratio on things like king prawns, unbelievably good. So I had 175 grams of chicken and 7 large king prawns. So loads of protein in that meal. 593 calories, rice, tender stem broccoli, katsu curry sauce from Aldi over the top. I had a protein shake mid-afternoon for 178 calories. Tea. I made homemade steak pie. My mum was coming round. So my mum was coming around for tea. My mum's quite traditional. She's not... so to kind of... Yeah, it's got to be a traditional tea. The weather was rubbish. The only bonus that the weather's been absolutely cack in June is the fact that you're still happy eating stodgy teas, which I love eating stodgy teas, and I always find them so much easier. Like the filling... And yeah, I think that's one bonus of losing weight in winter. Your stews and your sort of stodgier, more filling foods, and they are. We've got to, obviously protein's the most satiating macronutrient and then fibre, but you've also got to look at volume, and sometimes filling can be psychological. I might eat a 500 calorie salad and I might eat a 500 calorie load of potatoes and veg. I always feel more full off eating the potatoes and veg. Don't get wrong, potatoes. Potatoes are the most satiating food. They're number one, if you're looking at individual foods. Anyway, what do we have? So I did my own beef pie. So basically, lean stewing steak, onion, bit of, OXO, Worcester sauce, or Wash Your Sister sauce if you're American. Henderson relish in there, a bit of tomato puree, bit of paprika, bit of garlic powder, salt, black pepper, in my crock pot in the oven for about 4 or 5 hours. Did it the day before and then leave it overnight. It was absolutely beautiful. And then just bought some chilled puff pastry and just cut out a 40-gram rectangle of it, baked that in the oven, stuck that on top of the filling kind of thing. Jacket potato, mushy peas and carrots. That plate was huge. I struggled to finish it. I shouldn't have finished it, but I can't stop, right? I don't have an off switch. Even when I'm full, when you're full and you sat there going, I've had enough food, you should stop. I don't. I've finished my plate, right? It's probably why I ended up being 37 stone. And that's why I've got to be calorie controlled now. I've got to make sure that the calories on that plate is, I don't want... It's absolutely pointless putting 1,000 calories on a plate when you've only got 700 calories. Does that make sense? And people do that. They just whack food on and just eat, and that's not what we're going to do. We've got to be calorie controlled. So, I normally have between 700 and 800 calories for my tea. Though recently I've been having a little bit more. And just fitting it in, just been having a bit less. Like, let's say the first 2 days of last week, I cut out my mid-afternoon protein shake. Now, yeah, I'm sacrificing some nutrition, but that's because I was having higher calorie teas. Anyway, this one was 800 calories. And it was a whopping plate of food, and it was absolutely banging. And then afterwards, I had a Solero, an exotic fruit Solero. My mum comes round for tea. My mum's very traditional. You've got to have a dessert after having tea. So again, it's always, for me, it's about finding something nice that's calorie controlled. Anyway, I bought some ice cream wafers from Aldi, which we really like. If you like ice cream, the ice cream wafers from Aldi, it's like, I'll try and find a picture of them, but it's like wafer at the bottom, covered in chocolate at the top, and then a rectangle of ice cream. They're 134 calories, so really good calorie control. They're really, really nice. Anyway, my mum actually brought around a box of Soleros, 98 calories each, exotic flavoured Solero, like mango passion fruit Soleros. Have a Solero and shut the F up, will you? Oh, it's warm. I like it warm. Anyway, I had one of them, 98 calories, lovely. And then, do you know what? I've put a protein bar in bed, and I don't think I had one, but I just track it every day. So I always have a protein bar in bed, and I can't. And so I'm kind of like, normally if I've had a big tea out, sometimes I don't bother. I must have done because normally I'd take it out, but just from memory, like normally after having a tea out, I would have had one. But anyway, I'm leaving it in. It's sound. Thursday, back on the protein pancakes. These were a bit more. These were 500 calories because I'm assuming I added peanut. I did. Skippy is my favourite peanut butter in the world. I only get it when I go to Costco because it's American. You don't really get it in many supermarkets. If you know where you can get Skippy peanut butter, not from Costco, let me go. Let me go. Went into a bit of Bohemian Rhapsody then from Queen. Let me go. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, but I always get a kilo tub of it from Costco anyway, so it lasts me ages because it's calorific. It's been about bloody love this stuff, but it's calorific. Anyway, I had some of that drizzled over, which took the pancakes from 400 calories the other day to 500 calories. Anyway, lunch was me deconstructed Chinese chicken curry thing again, but I had the rest of the king prawns. So I bought a pack. There was 14 king prawns in a pack for about £2.50 from Aldi. Half on one side, half on one day, half on the other day. For tea, what did I have for tea? Oh yeah, this is Thursday night. I didn't have an afternoon snack. I was really, really busy. And I was taxiing Rachel about because she went to watch Becky Hill. And then I come home and I was like, what do I have for my tea? Anyway, don't ask me why. Well, do ask me why, because they're my favourite thing from Greggs. And I bought it on Sunday when I was hungover and just didn't end up eating it. But I had a sausage, bean and cheese melt in the fridge from Greggs, which I absolutely love. And it was late because I did an impromptu TikTok live. I wasn't meant to. And then I was like, right, I need something to eat. And I ended up doing my own sausage, cheese and bean melt in the Crimpet wraps. And I recorded it for TikTok Shop because, I'll promote the Crimpet wraps on TikTok Shop. If you want a Crimpet for wraps, yeah, go to my TikTok Shop and buy one. I think they're $13.99 or $14.99. And if you buy one off there, I get £2. So I don't mind dabbing. If you buy anything from my TikTok Shop, I get a little bit of commission on it. So, but they're really, really good. I'm going to put the video on tomorrow. So I did my own sausage, cheese and bean melt version. So a healthier version, bigger, more protein, more fibre. But anyway, I ate both. That was my tea. So I had a sausage, cheese and bean melt from Greggs and then my own version, which you can see in that video. And I'll put the video on TikTok and Reels this week on how to... I might not put it on... Will I put it on Reels because it's promoting the TikTok Shop? I'll see if I can edit it and put it on Reels. Anyway, 850 calories for those two. And I didn't have any evening snacks. I didn't have any... Because I had that at 9 o'clock at night. I had that late at night. So that was my evening snack combined with my tea kind of thing. Anyway, there we go. So that's Thursday. Let's go into Friday. And then we get to the weekend, which is always the fun bit. Though I'm always rubbish with taking bloody photos at the weekend. Right. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, I had Weetabix on Friday. I had Weetabix for breakfast. I do love Weetabix. Not had it for a bit. It can be a go-to. Why did I have Weetabix for my breakfast? I think it was just quickness. I don't think I had any protein pancakes in. And we were going to the gym. I was meant to go to the gym. Friday went a bit tits up, to be honest with you. But anyway, I had Weetabix for breakfast. 4 Weetabix. Though I forgot to take the picture so you can see 3.5. So you can see 3.5. And then yeah, with just some honey and semi-skim milk. For dinner on Friday, I made the same. I was doing my sausage wrap. I was going to do my sausage, cheese, and bean wrap, and I ended up doing again in the crimpet, but I overloaded it, so it all split open, which is why it looks like a dog's dinner, but it tastes amazing. I did beans and scrambled egg in the wrap, and then bacon on the side. The bacon's on the side because yeah, I just cocked the wrap up a little bit, to be honest with you. But it was good. It tasted good. Doesn't need to look at it. And that was only 505 calories. High protein wrap from Aldi. Half a tin of reduced sugar Heinz beans. 2 scrambled eggs in there. And then 2 rashers of bacon with all the fat cut off. 500 calories. Afternoon snack. I had one of these, which I've had from a previous protein box. I had half of that. The other half is still sat here now, which is a Kind protein bar. I had half of that and a Muller Light yogurt. Well, I actually took that half, chopped it all up, and mixed it into a cranberry and raspberry Muller Light yogurt. Lovely, 211 calories, 14 grams of protein, and tasted amazing. Yeah, that was a good afternoon snack, that Badger. And then tea, chippy tea. I've been craving a chippy tea, and we were out at Friends Saturday night, and I was going to watch the football Sunday night. We always have a takeaway once a week. So I said to Rach, should we have our takeaway tonight instead? And there's just something about having a chippy tea. I've already said it in this vlog. There's just certain teas fit on certain nights. Well, it does for us anyway. And I was like, a chippy tea on a Friday night. We've worked hard this week. Blah, blah, blah. We're not having a takeaway over the weekend. Let's have a time. And that was my chippy tea, which is a large, lightly battered fish. Just a handful of chips. And I'd rather have bread and butter, right? You might call me an absolute dirty sod, but I like making a fish and mushy pea butty. Right? Half a slice of that bread, which is Warburton's dupe from Aldi, the Warburton's toasted dupe. Fish, mushy peas, fold it over, eat it. 3 of them badges, absolutely, yeah. You Lancastrians, if there's any people from Lancashire watching this, you'll get it. You'll get it. You Southerners that don't do mushy peas, you might be like, you absolute dirty sod, Neil. But love it. So I just had a handful of chips, large, and that there, I used to have that every, not with chips or bread and butter or anything like that. I've talked about this. I used to have a chippy tea every Wednesday night, certainly for the first 6-12 months of my weight loss journey, because it was a family tradition to go to the chippy on a Wednesday night, and I didn't want that to stop, blah, blah, blah. I've talked about it loads before in the past. And I used to get a large, lightly battered fish and a large peas. And honestly, and now I've tracked that as 1,400 calories. It's probably, it won't be a million miles away with the chips and the bread and butter. I've probably overestimated it, but I've just used on NutriCheck the pub and bar food fish chips and mushy peas. Fish chips, mushy peas, great big portion on NutriCheck. I've just used that. White fish is stupidly low in calories. So although you're getting a piece of white fish like that, it's lightly battered. Yes, it is deep fried, but the fish itself, probably 250 calories. So the batter and the oil from deep frying it, maybe 350. That fish will be 650 calories, something like that. A large mushy peas like that is probably about 250 calories. So really that tea there, and this is what I used to count it as, about 800-900 calories. Is there 500 calories of bread, butter and chips? Yeah, probably, which is why I'm happy with it being 1,400, but it certainly won't be any more than that. I used to have that large fish and large peas, 900 calories, and you know, if I weighed that fish, the protein in it, and the protein and fibre in mushy peas is just unbelievable. So yeah, it was mushy peas on Wednesday night with the steak pie, and mushy peas on Friday night. Anyway, chippy tea, and our local chippy is class, very, very good. And then in bed at night time, I didn't need this. It didn't need this. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't eat crisps and chocolate because I'm hungry, right? I don't. I eat crisps and chocolate because I enjoy it, right? If you're eating crisps and chocolate because you're hungry, stop it. Eat food if you're hungry that's going to fill you up. And if you want some crisps and chocolate, have that as well. I always say this, sometimes we should be pairing foods, like have something you need with something you want. So I want crisps and chocolate, but I'm also hungry. So if you're hungry, you need something to fill you up. So that might be yogurt and fruit, right? And yogurt and fruit might not be like, ooh, that's going to light my life up, but it's going to fill you up. And then after you've had your yogurt and fruit, then have maybe, you know, a bag of Space Raiders for 55 calories and a Freddo for 100 calories. So the whole thing might be 300 calories, but don't be going and eating a 600 calorie bag of kettle chips because you're hungry, because it's not going to touch the sides, right? So I wasn't hungry at all. I eat for enjoyment, but I ended up having on Friday night half a big bag of kettle chips, only 40 grams, and then and a grenade bar. And I genuinely, like I say, I normally have a protein bar at night time. It's kind of like my sweet treat after my tea. I just wait a few hours, and I do enjoy it. I'm never starving at night time, but I do enjoy that protein bar in bed. It's just, it just caps the day off for me. I build it into my calories. Like I say, on Friday, I went 52 calories over my daily average of 2,750. And looking back, I didn't need that. I'm looking back, and this is what you've got to do on your weight loss journey. Sometimes you've got to go through and you've got to analyze the week and just, I've gone 400 calories over last week, which I'm happy with because I'm not too bothered about. But looking at it now, I'm like, did I need that? No. Well, that would have saved me 267 calories. Did I need this? No. That would have said, and even though I've gone to the pub, had a few pints and enjoyed England, which is something I wouldn't change, there's other bits I could have. So maybe it's just being a bit mindful and going, you've had a great big chippy tea on Friday night, and I was really full at the end of it. Did you then need two and a half hours later that grenade bar and crisp? Maybe half of a grenade bar for a bit of sweetness or something like that, like we normally have in bed. But did you? So maybe not. So maybe just a little bit of greed in there. But anyway, that was my evening snacks. Right, Saturday. Saturday for breakfast. Didn't have anything-ish. Right, this sounds really weird. Yeah, I did my live on Saturday. Then we went to the gym on Saturday. We don't normally gym on Saturday, but we did this week because we didn't go last Monday, because we were still a bit tired after the wedding and stuff. So I said, let's go Saturday instead. Went to Morrison's after the gym. And then we ended up buying these little biscuit, like animal cracker things. So on the way home, because I was like, it was about 11:30, 12-ish, and not had any breakfast, trained. And I was actually feeling my blood sugars were going a little bit. So I had some of them crackers. So I had some of them on the way home. I've classed that as my breakfast, basically. I've classed that, but lunch was my Chinese chicken curry, deconstructed curry thing. No king prawns this time, just chicken, rice. I actually did peas and tender stem broccoli to really, because I felt really hungry. So I thought, let's get the volume in. So I did 100 grams of peas extra on top of 100 grams of tender stem broccoli. Anyway, that hit the spot. No afternoon snack. Now, on Saturday night, we ended up going around to our neighbours for a couple of... it was our neighbour's birthday, so we ended up going around to their house. I ended up having a couple, 2 glasses of wine and a bit of pizza, just because it was the birthday. It was nothing major, it was just go around there. We watched the Albania-Italy game and just had a couple of glasses of wine and a couple of pizza. So I knew I was having pizza with tea, so I had Weetabix for me. I had Weetabix. And do you know what? I've just noticed now, I don't know why, I've put 4 Weetabix in instead of 2. So I've doubled, because I'm like, that says 681 calories. And I'm like, that's wrong. So basically I put in 8 Weetabix instead of 4. Anyway, I had 4 Weetabix, milk and honey. I had that about 5 o'clock. Then we went round to our neighbours at 7. I had 2 glasses of rosé wine and 2 bottles of Corona Ligera. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is basically like 3.2% Corona. So it's a lot lighter as a beer. And they're like 80 calories a bottle. So 2 glasses of wine, 2 Corona Ligeras, and a bit of pizza round at theirs. My Weetabix says 681 calories. It's not. It's about 400 calories. So I've over tracked that. So I'm going to change that. So well, do you know what? No, I'm not going to change it, and I'll tell you why. I can see that I've over tracked that. So really, I'm looking at now a minus 400 for the week. If I take that out, I'd have only been minus 150. So that's making me feel a bit, but I'm not messing with it. Because I've already talked about it, I'm just going to pin what it is. I'll leave it in because, to be honest with you, there's probably somewhere where I've made, and you miss the odd thing here and there. You're never 100% on tracking. Never. On average, most people are about 10% out. are about 10% out. So I'm just going to leave it. I can't be bothered messing with it. The week's done. I know in my head I'm still in a calorie deficit, and maybe I should have been in it should have shown up as a slightly bigger one than I actually am, but I'm still in a 3,600. I'm just going to leave it. Anyway, there you go. And then Sunday, which was yesterday, Sunday morning, I always have a bowl of sugary cereal. So I had a bowl of Cap'n Crunch and the cocoa peanut butter balls from Aldi mixed up. I got Cap'n Crunch in the States when we went a couple of months ago, and just had a bit to use up. So I did like a half and half. I love mix. Honestly, I'm a cereal thing. So I'm loving that cereal at the moment because it is nice cereal, and it's actually healthy. It's something that supports your journey, whereas that is about as unhealthy as they come, no nutritional value, but it tastes bloody lovely, which is why I just have it once a week on a Sunday morning. Anyway, that was 455 calories, 90 grams of cereal, 150 mils of milk. Lunch yesterday, I had a bacon and sausage baguette. So sweet chili, low-fat sausages from a local butcher's, bacon on a like a French stick kind of thing. And some Disco Crisps, which I didn't actually take a picture of, but you know what Disco Crisps, salt and vinegar. You know, the ones that absolutely, basically, I call them tongue shredders. Disco's literally, Frisps are the same as a few crisps. Pringles salt and vinegar as well. Basically, they just annihilate your taste buds. They just rip your tongue to pieces. It feels like it's ulcerated, but I love them. Absolutely amazing. And then evening snack before going to the pub, I had another baguette. Oh no, I didn't. Afternoon snack. We had some fruit to use up. So I chopped up a golden kiwi, used up some strawberries, used up some blueberries that were left over, little drizzle of toffee sauce, a bowl full of nutrition with a little bit of sugary goodness on top to curb any sweet cravings, and to make fruit extremely palatable. And literally, there's like 30 calories worth of toffee sauce on there, and it takes that fruit bowl it doesn't detract from the nutrition of all the vitamins and minerals that's in that fruit. It just takes it to the next level. Loads of fibre in there, delicious. And then tea, I told you it'd be more chicken tenders. We had some tempura chicken tenders. So we got tempura, southern fried, and buttermilk from M&S. These were the last ones, the tempura ones. And I put them on a baguette with this Morley's. I didn't even know what Morley's was. I Googled it on a TikTok live the other day. So Morley's is a chicken shop, but it's only in the southeast. So have you had a Morley's? Never heard of it in our lives. We saw this Morley's Heinz fried chicken sauce, which is basically like a spicy Thousand Island mayonnaise sauce. Absolutely banging. Anyway, I had one chicken tender, so I put chicken tender on there, low fat cheese slice. That was one of them pre-baked or part-baked baguettes from Morrison's. Just whacked it in the oven for 10 minutes. Chicken, absolutely. And then at night time last night, I had a few pints, one slice of pepperoni pizza and a few poppers, chicken poppers and whatever. So finished the day off. Oh, my baguette yesterday with that extra tempura was 528 calories. My fruit bowl was like 170 calories. And the bacon baguette with the Discos yesterday was 877 calories. And my cereal was 455 calories yesterday. So there you go. That's my calories. So 400 calories over, even though I've put in 2 more Weetabix than I actually had. But I'm not changing it. It is what it is. Right, let's have a look at... I've got outdoor walk on my watch. Don't know why. Let's have a look at what we're at. 42 minutes. God, that seems to have taken it. I was like, it'll be a short one this week, so I'm not talking about check-ins. No, Neil, you can flip and talk for England. If there was a competition to bring it home to England, talking, I would win that badger without even thinking about it. Right, let's do the boring stuff, the steps and stuff very, very quickly. So we've looked at energy going in, let's look at energy going out, which is why I always do steps and exercise as well. Last week I said I was a bit unhappy with my steps. Like I thought they were a bit lower than they should have been because Friday, Saturday, Sunday was a bit rubbish. Last week, absolutely smashed it. Monday was rubbish. Didn't do 10,000 steps on a Monday. That's very rare for me. I say rubbish. I did 9,500 and some steps on Monday, but I didn't quite do me 10,000. But then the rest of the week, from Tuesday onwards, blitz 10,000 steps every day. And there you go. Averaged nearly 12,000 steps last week. So step count, excellent last week. It'd be great this week. Normal steps, but that's one thing going on holiday, like Saturday, Sunday, walking everywhere, loads of steps. So movement's going to be really good this week and next week. I just know that in terms of like everyday movement steps. But anyway, averaging 12,000 steps. And that's why we always look at averages. that Monday might not have been good. And I like Mondays to be good because I like to lay a good foundation for the week. Box your steps off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Get some exercise done Monday, Tuesday. Nail your calories Monday, Tuesday. You never feel like you're chasing your tail. You're always progressing forward. Then for the week, it's not great playing catch up. Sometimes you have to do it, which is kind of what I was, I looked at that and it just motivated me to like, oh, that was, anyway, I ended up on 12,000. And then exercise last week. Did the gym Tuesday to Saturday, weights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday was my weights and cardio day. But I did a bit of cardio actually. I think that's why my steps were good. And again, it sort of motivated me to do a bit of extra cardio because I also jumped on the cross trainer. Let me find it. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. You'll be able to see it now anyway. So I jumped on the cross trainer, or elliptical as it is logged in my Apple Watch, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I did a bit extra on the cross trainer. Just, again, that bumps those steps up a little bit, adds a bit of cardio in, and then I did cross trainer on Thursday and indoor bike, exercise bike as well. There you go. That's it. That's my movement for the week. Someone looking at the time on my watch, I actually stopped the recording. I've just checked now. I was like, that ended a bit short. Right, let me do my little summary again. You're like, you've not already done it once. No, I have done it. I just didn't record it. Okay, guys, right, that's it basically, is what I was saying. There's no weekly weight loss vlog next Monday. In fact, I better just check. Is this record? Yeah, it is recorded. Right. There's no weekly weight loss vlog next Monday. The next one will be 2 weeks today. I'm going to talk about, I'll talk about Benidorm, talk about tracking my calories, up to going, talk about tracking my calories on my last day in Benidorm, on the Thursday. The calories will be ridiculous. Like, they'll be high because I'm probably having a full English morning, Burger King in the airport, probably KFC on the way home. But anyway, I'm going to track. I'll track and I'll talk through that with you. So next week, Wales Vlogs, 2 weeks today. If you only follow me on watching these, I'll see you on 2 weeks today. Remember, I'm TikTok live in all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Not Wednesday. I think I'm going to do an impromptu one Wednesday because I'm away. I always like to do a few extras. So just keep a lookout on TikTok. Obviously, if you're on Planner in the community, I'll broadcast out. I always broadcast when I'm going live, so you know exactly when I am going live. That is it. That was the summary. That's all the bit that I kind of missed off. Anyway, have a great if you only follow me on this, I'm only going to see you in 2 weeks' time. So the weather's going to get better. So make sure you're doing your steps. Make sure you're looking after your calories. Make sure you are basically, as I always say, bossing your weight loss.